Have you ever wondered what happens when you drop Mentos into a bottle of cola? Well, let's delve into this popular internet phenomenon known as the Mentos and Cola experiment. This seemingly straightforward experiment has gained considerable attention due to the dramatic reaction it produces. Let's set the stage. Imagine a bottle of cola. Now introduce a piece or perhaps a few pieces of Mentos into the mix. What follows is nothing short of a spectacle. There's a sudden, vigorous explosion immediately followed by a surge of foam that rushes out of the bottle like a geyser. It's a sight that is both surprising and entertaining, a fizzy eruption that leaves onlookers in awe. But what's really happening here? Why does the seemingly innocuous combination of Mentos and cola result in such a fizzy spectacle? The answer lies in the unique properties of these two elements. Cola, like most soft drinks, is carbonated. This means it contains a significant amount of dissolved carbon dioxide gas. Mentos, on the other hand, has a rough surface that's ideal for providing nucleation sites, or starting points for the formation of carbon dioxide gas bubbles. When the Mentos is dropped into the cola, the carbon dioxide gas in the cola quickly forms bubbles on the surface of the Mentos. This triggers a rapid release of gas in the form of a foam. The gas seeks the quickest way out of the bottle, causing the now infamous Mentos and Cola geyser. It's a simple experiment that demonstrates the fascinating world of physical reactions, a spectacle that is both entertaining and educational. But it leaves us with a question that tickles the curious minds. But what exactly causes this explosive reaction? The answer is a fascinating journey into the realms of chemistry and physics. A journey we'll embark on in our next scene. The explosion is all about the science of nucleation. It's a term that might sound complex, but the concept is quite simple. Imagine the Mentos candy as a tiny moon covered in countless microscopic pits or craters. These are known as nucleation points. Now, what do these nucleation points do? They serve as a kind of launching pad for the carbon dioxide molecules in the cola. You see, the cola is basically a carbon dioxide solution. When a Mentos candy is dropped into the bottle, the carbon dioxide molecules rush to these nucleation points, eager to escape the solution and transform into their natural state, gas. The nucleation points on the Mentos candy provide an easy way for these molecules to separate from the solution and form bubbles. And when we say bubbles, we're not talking about a few hundred or even a few thousand. We're talking about millions, perhaps even billions of bubbles. Now imagine all these bubbles forming almost instantly. They need space and they need it fast, but there's a problem. They're trapped inside a bottle, and there's only one way out, up and out of the bottle's opening. This rapid formation of bubbles leads to a sudden increase in pressure inside the bottle, and that's where the explosion comes in. The pressure buildup inside the bottle becomes too much to contain, and the cola is forcefully ejected out, causing a geyser-like eruption. This is the explosion we see in the Mentos and Cola experiment. It's not magic, it's not a trick, it's just plain old science. So each time you see a Mentos dropped into a bottle of cola and watch the ensuing eruption, remember that it's all about nucleation. It's about the microscopic pits on the Mentos candy providing a pathway for the carbon dioxide molecules to escape, and the pressure buildup that leads to the explosion. Now that we understand the science behind the explosion, let's explore what happens to our bodies if we drink the cola after the experiment. The cola you sip after the experiment contains more carbon dioxide than usual. That's right, the Mentos and Cola experiment isn't just a spectacle for the eyes, but it also has an aftermath within our bodies. When we drink the cola used in this experiment, we're consuming much more carbon dioxide than we would with a normal soft drink. This excess carbon dioxide can give rise to a number of digestive problems. Bloating is one of the most common issues. This is when your stomach feels swollen after eating or drinking. It's usually caused by excessive gas production, and in this case, the culprit is the extra carbon dioxide. You might also experience an increase in belching or burping as your body tries to get rid of the excess gas. Other digestive problems that can occur include gas and indigestion. Indigestion or dyspepsia is a general term for pain or discomfort in the stomach. It can be accompanied by feelings of fullness, bloating, and nausea. But the effects aren't just limited to your digestive system. Excessive carbon dioxide intake can also lead to other symptoms like headaches, dizziness, and even nausea. Headaches can occur as a result of the carbon dioxide causing blood vessels in your brain to expand. And dizziness? That can be a consequence of the changes in your blood chemistry due to the excess carbon dioxide. As for nausea, it's often a side effect of the other symptoms, particularly indigestion and headaches. So while the Mentos and cola experiment might seem like a harmless bit of fun, it's important to remember that it does have consequences. Our bodies weren't designed to handle such a high intake of carbon dioxide in such a short amount of time. While the experiment may seem fun, it does come with some risks. So next time you're thinking about dropping a Mentos into a bottle of cola, remember the potential aftermath in your body. The Mentos and cola experiment is not without its dangers. As much as the Mentos and cola experiment is a fun spectacle that illustrates scientific principles, it also carries a certain amount of risk. For starters, let's consider the cola itself. When the cola explodes out of the bottle, it can come into contact with the eyes or skin. This can cause irritation, especially for those with sensitive skin or eyes. But the potential for discomfort doesn't end there. Cola is a sticky substance, and when it's propelled in all directions, it can get onto clothing and other objects. If it's not cleaned up promptly, it can leave a stubborn stain. So, a fun science experiment can quickly become a messy problem. And let's not forget the explosion itself. Sure, it's not a Michael Bay-style fireball, but it can still be powerful enough to knock over nearby objects or, in a worst-case scenario, hit someone. Hence, it's always wise to maintain a safe distance from the bottle once the Mentos have been dropped in. The experiment also has potential environmental implications. If not cleaned up properly, the cola and Mentos remnants can attract pests or harm local wildlife. Plus, if the experiment is conducted outdoors, it's essential to consider the impact of littering on the environment. Remember, the bottle and the Mentos wrappers need to be disposed of responsibly. So yes, the Mentos and cola experiment comes with its share of risks. But that doesn't mean we should avoid it altogether. After all, it's a great way to engage with science in a hands-on, entertaining way. What's important is to be aware of these hazards and take steps to mitigate them. Conduct the experiment in an open outdoor space, away from people and belongings. Wear protective clothing and eyewear and make sure to clean up thoroughly afterwards. With these precautions in place, you can enjoy the experiment safely and responsibly. Despite these risks, there are ways to conduct the experiment safely. While the Mentos and cola experiment is a simple one, it can lead to some health issues and material damage. This sentence is not just a casual statement, but a conclusion drawn from the insights we've gathered in our discussion. As intriguing as the experiment might be, it's crucial to take a moment to reflect on its aftermath, not just for the sake of curiosity, but for the sake of safety and health. The Mentos and cola experiment is a fascinating spectacle, a fizzy display that results from the release of carbon dioxide trapped within the cola, triggered by the microscopic pits on the surface of a Mentos candy. This sudden and explosive decompression is what gives us the geyser-like eruption that has been shared and viewed countless times across the internet. However, the spectacle doesn't end there. If you were to take a sip of the cola after the experiment, you would be consuming a beverage with a higher than usual concentration of carbon dioxide. This could lead to digestive discomfort such as bloating, gas, and indigestion. More serious symptoms like headaches, dizziness, and nausea could also occur due to excessive intake of carbon dioxide. And let's not forget the risks associated with the actual experiment. The explosive release of cola could cause irritation if it comes into contact with your skin or eyes. Not to mention the potential for material damage, as the eruption could stain clothes and damage nearby items. So while the Mentos and cola experiment is a simple one, it's not without its risks. If you're planning to conduct this experiment, it's crucial to take necessary precautions. Make sure to protect your eyes and skin and be prepared for the potential mess it could create. As we wrap up, let's remember that while science is a fascinating field filled with exciting experiments, safety should always be our top priority. No matter how simple an experiment might seem, taking the right precautions can prevent unnecessary risks. Remember, science is fun, but always safety first.